If the point of Q1 was to get you to start to think about scholarly topics, the point of Q2 is to start to ask good questions about scholarly topics and to begin to think in an incredibly rich research environment.
My name is Bo Odom. I'm the Academic Program Manager for the new college curriculum.
Hi, I'm Laura Goldblatt. I am Assistant Professor of the General Faculty in the new curriculum, and I am here to talk to you about what you'll be doing in quarter 2 in your engagement labs.
The second quarter, you're going to stay in the same lab groups that you've been in for the first quarter, except what's going to happen is you'll all take different engagement classes. What's really beautiful is you'll continue to have this rich learning community that you've been working with for the last 7 weeks, but now you'll start bringing ideas from various engagement domains.
So one of the things that we really wanted in developing the labs was to give you guys a sense of what it looks like to have a sustained intellectual conversation, and that's something that not a lot of first years get a chance to do, and certainly not with a group of people. So
each of you will have both an individual and a group project during quarter 2, just like quarter 1.
for the group project, you're going to start to figure out how do you gather scholarly resources, how do you find out more about something, how do you determine if something is more or less appropriate for a research topic. And you're also going to work together to figure out how you can best use and leverage that resource so that it's doing a lot of work for you and you get the maximum that you can. So what that will mean is that first, all of you individually will spend some time on the library webpage, hopefully also in the library, just getting familiar with the kind of resources that they have. And you'll find a single resource that you're going to send to your group. Then you'll meet and collectively you'll decide this is the resource we like the most. This article, this book chapter, this particular quantifiable study. And then as a group, you're going to figure out how you do scholarly annotations.
As a group, you'll be working with a piece of software called Hypothesis, where you'll take the journal article that you've all agreed upon and begin to annotate. What's really unique is it allows multiple users to annotate the same document.
So annotation is a way for you to start to interact with the text collaboratively, or if you're talking about a kind of empirical study, to interact with that collaboratively. So instead of seeing a text as simply authoritative, it's just words on a page that you have to kind of absorb, it's a chance for you to think about what's important in it. So annotations can be underlining. Oftentimes annotations are you're selecting a particular passage, summarizing it, and then saying how it relates to your area of interest. There are also moments where you annotate where you might find that you have questions. What's the source of this phenomenon? Or what are some other implications of it? And then you can write those questions as part of your annotation, but also look to things like footnotes and endnotes and bibliographies and people who are cited throughout the text as a way to say, if I wanted to start to find out more about this or to answer these questions or push them further, how does this text give me clues to figure out where else I can go to find that information? So annotation is a way for you to start to collaborate with the text, to listen to what it says, but also to talk back to it a little bit so that you're having more of a conversation. And it's also a way for you to figure out how you take your particular interests and you use resources that you've been able to find to advance those interests.
Not only will you be able to insert comments into the document, but you might also insert web links, pictures, images, and other ideas.
Individually, one of the things that you'll be doing is that you're going to move into a new engagement area, and that means that you're going to be thinking about a new set of what we've been calling habits of mind. And so in your individual statement, you're going to start to think about what happens when I bring two engagement areas together. In what ways might they enhance each other, and where might we see certain seams or disjunctions that just can't be brokered? Where might there be a kind of rift? And so in your individual statement, you're going to start to talk about how adding in a new engagement area enhances your understanding of your group topic and what it has to do with your intellectual progress so far.
What's really unique about your individual project is you're not just recreating the wheel. Instead, you will take the information from your first 7-week quarter and build on it. We all know the world is not one-dimensional, that we come at ideas from different mindsets. So what we are asking you to do is to consider your topic of choice not only from the quarter from your first 7 weeks, but begin to incorporate the habits of mind that you're learning in your new engagement.
In terms of of some of the work that you're going to be doing in your lab, you're going to listen to another one of the Beautiful Idea podcasts. This one is going to be about how you ask good scholarly questions and how do you move from one idea to a bigger idea and back again to start to think about building arguments that are really rich and that carefully consider counter arguments so that they're not one-dimensional, so that they are really thinking carefully through evidence and through the world around us or the world that we imagine. So you'll do some of that, and you'll have some meetings with your undergraduate fellows who will continue to guide you through this so that it can be as meaningful an intellectual journey for you as possible. So the first person you should reach out to if you have questions is your undergraduate fellow. So they're a good resource for you. So if you're wondering, how do I find scholarly resources? Or what is Alderman Library? Or where is it? Or what's a subject librarian? They're a great place for you to begin to start to find out more. If they don't know, they'll pass that question along to your lab director, and they'll serve as a kind of point of contact for you to start to live this portion of your intellectual life this quarter. If you have questions about logistics, you can direct them to me.